All over the country, more and more communities are making the change to biodiesel made from U.S. soybean oil, and the decision continues improving the health and welfare for millions of Americans while adding billions to our national economy.
This segment is brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Welcome back to Farm Factor and the Kansas Soybean Update.
This is the Kansas Soybean Update. It's brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Lacy Strickland joins us. She will be a senior at Lebec County High School and was the recipient of the FFA State Proficiency Award in oil crop production. Lacy, can you briefly discuss your SAE and how it was related to the award area?
I have two older brothers, my dad and I, that just really had a passion for farming growing up. You know, I was always the annoying little sister that wanted to be one of the boys for the longest time, and I was just trying to grasp any knowledge that I could. And, you know, over the years, I kept listening. It's hard, especially being a woman in this field. You really have to prove yourself to have, you know, my dad and my brothers put some real faith and trust behind me, and I had to prove myself so I could gain more roles and responsibilities, you know, in this area for myself. So it was starting out sitting on a Carhartt jacket, learning how to drive at 7, moving the old truck to and from fields to help them, you know, get moved around, to today I can operate auto steer. I can, you know, go to the fields, cultivate, and really stepped up my roles and responsibilities over the few years to help out the family farm.
What do you think has been the greatest challenge you faced in this award area, and how did you overcome it?
I think the biggest thing is the weather. With the farm being located in southeast Kansas, Lebec County, you can be 2 weeks from a flood and you're 2 days from a drought. And so you have to kind of be a little bit more proactive with the weather and stuff, and be more thankful when you're thinking of what you're going to apply, whether that be the fertilizers and stuff. And time management is a big one, because, you know, I'm the kind of person that wants to go, and you really have to be careful on when you want the go aspect versus slowing down and take it back and really thinking things through before, you know, you're just jumping towards decisions. You know, my dad and my brothers have really helped me out in that aspect.
What are some of those experiences and opportunities that you think is going to impact you as you move on in the future?
I think what's really taught me is that, you know, you really have to have a strong work ethic for it. Work ethic is the biggest thing that you need in life, especially in school and even in farming and stuff. Like, there's always something to be done around the farm, and, you know, there's always something to be done in life. You really have to be determined and stuff. You don't really want to slack off. You always want to stay persistent and keep going, keep that drive going. And that's one thing that my parents really instilled on me through farming and in life. And
the Kansas Soybean Commission is the sponsor of the FFA State Proficiency Award in oil crop production. Lacy, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And that was Lacy Strickland, who joins us. She's a senior at Lebec County High School and the recipient of the FFA State Proficiency Award in oil crop production, who joins us on the Kansas Soybean Update. It's brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Learn more at kansassoybeans.org. For Kansas Soybeans, I'm Greg Akagi.
Hope you enjoyed this week's Kansas Soybean Update. Stay with us after the break for more about emergency preparedness with Kyle Bauer and David Hogg.
What if U.S. soybean oil were an industry sensation? If end users started asking for it by name? That future is here. The time is now. To meet customer demands, the Soybean Checkoff is investing in varieties that produce oil with increased functionality. A message from the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
What does a brighter, more sustainable future look like in our cities and towns, and how do we get there? When New York needed an alternative fuel source to reduce carbon emissions, the city found what it needed in biodiesel made from U.S. soybean oil.